Hello, hello,
Yeah.
everybody. Um, Welcome to our second episode. I'm so excited. Thank you to everybody who has reached out and said that they listened and given, their thoughts. We appreciate it. We really do. So, share, share, share. Leave comments, leave reviews if you want to. That really just helps us pop up into people's
Yes.
feeds. And then a couple housekeeping themes for this episode, because now we have housekeeping themes, I guess. Um, we are we gonna start that this coming week, book club? I guess we didn't
Yeah.
talk.
I
Sure.
mean, this coming week, I'm all like, what day is it? It's Friday.
It's Friday, I know.
Yeah.
So our first book club meeting then will be Wednesday. We'll do a Zoom, and we won't, I don't think we'll read yet. We'll just like see who wants to join and kind of chat about our thoughts about the book.
Mhm.
The book is M is for Mama.
I do have that. Hold on. Let me show you.
Do you? I have it. It's in my office though.
Oh, cool. Okay.
M is for Mama. So, I will link it in my stories so you can just click and go if you want to buy it or if you can find it secondhand, even better. Um, and
I
then
love this book. Just have to say.
I know, me
Love
too.
it.
I got gifted it by a friend and yeah, it's been amazing. So, anywho, um, you can go to Wonderfully Made Woman blog, wonderfullymadewoman.blog, and you can, oh, I'm gonna have to change that. We're working on a blog thing right now.
We are. Well,
Kirsten's figuring it out for me.
we're trying.
Anywho, it's fine. So yeah, I thought it would be funny to start with a little anecdote of my life last night because I just was like, oh, men don't understand. So last night yesterday I wore jeans and I haven't, I mean, when you're pregnant, do you really wear jeans that often? Like I live in
No.
skirts, leggings, my yoga pants, and I try not to live in leggings and yoga pants. Like I try to wear a lot more skirts and dresses just because I don't want to be frumpy all the time. But anywho,
Right.
yesterday I was like, I'm gonna throw these pants on. I found my belly band. It'll help my pants stay up. We're fine. And it was fine until after dinner and I had like washed kids and everything. It was just a whole day. And I'm just standing at the sink and I had been kind of like just talking to myself as I'm like, okay, I need to do this and I guess I'll do this tomorrow and I'm never gonna get anything posted on my blog. And Jesse was like, are you talking to yourself? And I was like, absolutely I am. Is this new to you? Like, and then I just like keep going about my life because if I get in my own little world, I'm stuck there. And
We just keep
I,
talking to ourselves.
yeah, and I'm like, I am about to lose my mind. These clothes are just driving me crazy. And Jesse was like, what did you just say? He was like, did you just say your clothes are driving you crazy? And I was like, yes, they're just so frustrating. Because like the pant,
Oh,
jeans by the end of the day stretch. And
yes.
like if you're not buttoning your jeans, then they're just falling off.
Hmm.
And so I was just like, I need to get these pants off before I lose my mind because they're just falling off of me. Anywho, all that to say, I was like, do you never get frustrated by your clothes? And he was like, if I got frustrated by my clothes, I just would get rid of those clothes.
I
And
wish it were that easy.
I was like, I wouldn't have anything to wear. I had to get rid of everything.
I don't know how we as women can look at our closet and be like, I have nothing to wear. Like we have, okay.
Oh, all the time. One, it was like September. Jesse, I'm like, I lose my mind a little bit before church on Sundays. Not necessarily because we're running late or anything, but because I have nothing to wear.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
can't find an outfit that I think I look cute in and all the things. And so I'm like almost in tears and just like getting increasingly upset because I do it to myself. I like try on clothes that I know are too small, but I'm like, it might fit. It could. It could. I've been doing really good this week. And so he pulled out a Christmas present he was saving for me. And he was like, "Here, just put this on. Let's go." And it fit
Oh,
great. And Jesse's like, that's his love language is
that is
gift
so sweet.
giving. And so it was very sweet. But I was just kind of like, oh, well, I mean, that does solve the I have nothing to wear if you just get something new every time you have nothing to wear.
I know it is hard. Well, and I get it. I get it. Clothes can be frustrating. Can be frustrating. We want to be
Um,
stylish but modest, but not wear the same thing every week and comfortable. And how do we get comfortable and stylish? I have no idea. I don't know.
ugh.
I don't know.
It's the modest thing that is the hardest, I feel like, when pregnant, because honestly, I'd be more comfortable naked
Right.
at my own home. To actually have to leave my house? No. Um, but my boobs just keep growing. And
That's what
it's
they
like,
do.
and
You're
it,
getting ready to supply food for a baby. So yeah.
yeah, this is true. But like the things that were modest or were
Yeah.
like borderline, just
Are
not
no
not
longer
okay.
anymore.
Like at church last week, I don't even remember. I was like, I like V-necks because I can't handle it. Anything up here.
I
Anything.
only like sweatshirts like this, but even then I kind of want to cut this.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, Jesse banned me from cutting things because he was like, "You're ruining your clothes. You keep getting upset that you ruined it. Stop it." But anyways, I was at church and just like having to pull up the entire time because I was like, it wasn't immodest in the car ride, but then in church when you're trying to wiggle everybody around and everything, or people are sticking hands in shirts. My children, not people,
I,
my
not
children.
everybody at church. No, I'm kidding. That's hilarious.
But anywho,
Children have a way of doing that, and I get it. I'm always like bending over, like, oh,
yes,
keep
don't
it all in.
touch. Well, and boys, especially both my boys, like Casey will just come up and he slides a hand in. He's like, "This is nice."
We're always so warm. They just want to be close to us.
Yes,
That's all
but
I.
uh, life.
I
Anywho.
know. So, do you want me to read that scripture that I found this morning that I really loved? Okay.
Yes. And then we'll go into our topic for
Yeah.
the day.
I really like this scripture. I think it's just a way to be like, oh yeah, why are we doing what we do? And who are we glorifying? And so this is out of Galatians chapter 1, verse 10. It says, For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ. And I mean, how many times do we, I mean, even with like our social media, like who are we trying to appeal to? Like, who are we speaking to? What is this message for? Or like, why am I cleaning my house so often?
Mhm.
And like, why am I so picky about certain things? Like, are we doing it to glorify God, to make our homes safe, or like, do we have company coming over, or are we just doing it out of vanity? Like, does that make sense? Are we
All,
doing it because
all
we've
is
been
vanity.
OCD? Like, uh,
No, yeah, no, I really, when you sent me that this morning, I was like, yeah, no, and that totally ties into our topic of homemaking
mm-hmm,
and like how you keep your home really sets the tone for how you mother, right? Like it helps you, I don't know what I'm trying to say, I lost the word, but it just, so, but in everything, we should be glorifying and honoring Christ. And
right,
so, yeah, it's definitely like, are you? Are you glorifying and honoring Christ? And that's where you have checks and balances of friends or like your husband of like, okay, like I lost my mind. I've started being really honest with Jesse about like I used to kind of hide it and be like, "Oh, I'm just perfect and calm and kind all the time." And now, I mean, it's more of accountability for me and me saying out loud, like I did this wrong. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Instead, and like obviously take it to Christ and like ask for forgiveness. He will redeem you. You are already redeemed, right? A- And so like we mess up, we scream, we yell. If you don't, if you claim that you don't yell
Stop.
at
I just
your
did that
children,
this morning.
if you claim that you don't yell at your children, I don't believe you.
I know. I know.
I and I don't think and it's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's a good thing. I know that me yelling and losing control and taking my anger out on my I know that's sin. I know that's my heart. But then having the accountability of somebody to be like and like my children are calling me out on it too now, which is hard because then it's like
Is that good or bad? No, I'm
keep
kidding.
calming down. No more.
Yeah.
Because, like, Maya, I mean, and I try really hard. If I do lose my temper, if I do lose my mind, have a harsh word, I try really hard to ask for forgiveness, explain that was sin. That was mommy sinning,
Hmm.
right? Like, mommy wasn't being very kind right then. And then, like, going into asking for forgiveness and all that. But, like, Maya will be like, I didn't like the way you talked to me today.
I have a question. Do you,
Yes.
when you know that you have stuff to do around your house and your children need your attention and like maybe you fall short and like lose your temper with them, like, um, does that, I guess basically, does that ever happen? Like for me, I know there are some days where I'm like, I need to get something done around my house. Like I have my floors to wash, like I'm maybe hosting. Like, how do you find that balance in your life for like managing your chores around your house while managing your kids? Because we can't always just do it when they're asleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and I do think that I mean, that comes with your routines, right? Like,
Right.
and I know that I manage all the like I manage my next day better when I finish this day right, if that makes sense. Like, so if I can, say like, okay, tonight I am going to ensure that my kitchen is put to bed, like dishes are done. And like I almost always have something in the sink just because
Right.
we're always just making something, I swear.
Right.
And it's hard too because like almost everything we make is from scratch. So I have to be really diligent about putting my kitchen to bed because I can't think if my kitchen is dirty.
Neither can I.
I
I
can't
cannot.
I can't think about anything else, but then I spend 2 hours the next day catching up because we got up, we had to do breakfast. Like obviously the kids are hungry, everybody's hungry. It's a mess. And then it's 10 o'clock and I'm like,
I have,
everybody get in here. Everybody help me. And they're 4 and 3 and 2 and they can't. You know what I mean? And
right.
so I think it really does come down to those routines, and that's what we're going to talk about is our different routines and how we kind of handle that. I don't really have like a magical thing. I mean, if I really need to get something done, it's totally I turn on the TV.
Right.
If I
Oh no,
had
I
a
do.
yard, if I, no, I have a yard. If I had a fence around my yard, I'd be more comfortable sending them outside.
Yeah.
But they are halfway across the pasture by the time
They're
I'm
gonna
like,
bring the cows in
wait,
themselves.
where is everybody? Yeah. And so I don't like to send them outside if I'm not like if I'm
Going to
just
be out there with
piddling
them.
around and picking up stuff, I'm like, whatever, go outside. But if I'm like cleaning and gonna get in the zone and know that I'm gonna forget I have children for a couple minutes. I don't know. It's easier. Or like you can set them up with crayons too. I mean, that's another mess, but it's like, what do you do? You know what
Right.
I mean? And so it is kind of hard. And I know it's kind of like the joke in motherhood, of like you clean one room, the other room gets messy. But
Hmm.
that's where it comes of like you have to be disciplined at saying like, okay, your toys stay in this area. You can
Hmm.
play. I don't care what you do right here.
Right.
Do not leave. And then you have to hold to that. Like they left. Okay, well, what is your discipline? What does that
Hmm.
look like for you? And so that is, I mean, I'm working on that of just following through instead of kind of letting the kids get away with it and then losing my mind down the road
Yeah, because that's
because
not fair.
no, and I've let them get away with it, so now they're gonna see how far they can take it. Well, that's too far, and I have to say something, but then it's I'm blowing up, there's a huge mess or something,
Right.
Sharpies on the wall kind of thing, instead of me fixing that small thing so that I can do what I need to do. And I know they're safe. They know that, like, we need to listen and obey. We need to do, you know. So I don't know. It does come down to being disciplined yourself.
Yeah.
But I don't have like a, do you have a magical way to entertain your children? No, not
I
at
Nope.
all.
Um, I
Even
did.
the TV stops working sometimes. Like,
It,
they just
it
don't care.
does. And I try to not do the TV so often. I do try. I do let them watch TV because sometimes I need a break.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, like crayons, I do make them sit there and draw, and usually like we have like those the paintbrush, and it's like a book, but it already has the paint on it,
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
get it wet, and like my kids love that, but usually water gets spilled, and I don't really care. It's just water. It's just water. I don't care. Like it'll dry up. So as long as it's not on my carpet, because then that might be
Yeah.
not my. I have a rug, and that's a pain to dry off. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Do you want to go first with your routine?
yes. So what I was going to say is, we do like the Glow Body PT. One thing that she always recommended was if there's stuff in your brain, get it out.
Yes.
So I'm trying so hard to do the whole planner thing. And it kind of works out for me. I try to do my to-dos on here, and obviously mine change from winter, spring, summer, fall, because I have to throw in my yard in there somewhere. Um,
Yeah.
I am the I am a little OCD about my house. My my routine is Mondays, I typically mop my floors, do laundry. I do sweep, not quite every day, but I do sweep. I just have like a little Swifter or my vacuum, and I just go over my floors. So Mondays are usually like I just mop the floors. And then I was like, I don't know, it's just kind of nice to have a fresh floor in the beginning of the week. And I don't care.
Hmm.
Like, I'll just take care of it next week. Um, Tuesdays, I try to do more laundry, like my shower curtains, um,
You
the
wash
rugs.
shower curtains every week?
Not every week.
Oh,
I don't know the last time I washed them. Sometimes I
I was like,
do only because they can be
whoa.
kind of gross. I at least try to wash the rugs
Mm-hmm.
if I can. Um, and then sometimes I'll do like the bathrooms those days. And for me, I've just realized like it doesn't take long to clean my bathrooms, thankfully, because I have tiny little bathrooms. I have two of them, but like I can just take a disinfectant wipe around most stuff, and they're small, so it's maybe like 20 minutes. And then I will like the days that I wash my hair, sometimes I get in there and scrub my shower real quick too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my spare bathroom, I just do the tub sometimes. The rest of it,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, no water touches it. I don't care. Uh, and then Wednesdays are mostly I just try to do more laundry. And pretty much every night I put my kitchen to bed.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
You're doing daily things, but
it
this
is.
is like your weekly,
Yes.
what you try and stick to.
Thursdays are my vacuuming days. I don't have a whole lot to vacuum. I just have three rooms.
Mm.
And then I always vacuum like my area rug out here. And I just try to do this once a week because my brain would go crazy and I would do it like multiple times a week. And I'm not doing that. I need to break that. And Fridays, I do all my sheets. Fridays are all sheets days.
Same.
So new bedding. And then I hate dusting. I don't know why. I just hate taking stuff off and putting it back. I'm terrible with dusting, but I'm trying to do that at least like once every other week if I remember, sometimes once a month.
Hey.
Um, oh,
You don't
little light,
really live in a very dusty place, though.
not necessarily, but I do have one hack. So like I don't know, I have like big old gaps on the top of my cupboards. I
Oh, yeah.
I put paper towels on there
Oh, I
to so
see.
because it gets all I
Yeah.
don't know how it gets greasy, but it does.
I don't
And
understand. It like travels, I
I
think.
know, I know,
Heat
but
travels. I don't know. Heat rises.
it
Something.
does.
Some
So
sort of
I'll put
science.
paper towels on there and then just switch those out. I think it's been a year. So, but you know, at least I don't have to scrub it. So,
Hey,
so that's
it
my
works.
kind of like my little thing.
And then what do you do daily? Like when you get up in the morning, you start whatever. Or like,
What do I do daily? Daily, I if there's laundry in the dryer, I try to get it folded. Um, I think I've had some towels in my dryer for 2 days that I haven't folded, and I did it today.
there you
I
go.
try to like first thing in the morning. I try to not just get up and come sit on the couch and scroll on my phone. I if there's something that I see that needs to get done, I would like to try to get it done so that way I'm not feeling like all day I'm just tidying up my house kind of.
Mhm.
Uh, because I feel like I can get into that little let's just we'll just clean this real quick. We'll just clean this real quick. And then I feel like I'm not spending any quality time with my children. And then I'm like, well, I did all of that now. So now when they're on like taking a nap, I can do a whole bunch of stuff. And that's not good for me either. Like
Yeah.
I can get a little too OCD about things.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to correct that.
Yeah.
It's not
No, I don't feel you because I'm not like that, but I can understand.
good. We're two different types of people that
Yes.
we
No,
need to hear.
totally. Yeah. So is that like, do you have anything else like once a month you do some sort of something or
I try to wash my car. I try. That's
uh,
I try. I try to at least like get the crumbs out of my car seats. That's like my once a month goal.
I told Jesse I want to invest in a shop vacuum so I can do it here because I don't have a shop vacuum. So I either have to go to the car wash, pay for a car
Right.
wash, then vacuum out the car. I don't know. Anyways, although that does make me finish the job because I just paid for this car wash, so I have to clean this car. But anywho, okay, well, I will share my week or what I hope my week looks like
Right.
because I am not very. I like the idea of a routine. I just don't want to be told what to do by myself or otherwise.
Okay.
And so here's kind of what I do. So I Mondays. And this all of this is not me. I listened to a book. It's The Fly Lady. I love her. I love her book. She's interesting. Anyways, but her book is good because it's like get over yourself and do it. Like cleaning wise. Anyway, so Mondays, she calls it the 1 hour home blessing. So, and this is aside from like my dailies. Um, Mondays, you're gonna take 10 minutes and you're gonna wash as many windows as you can. You're gonna take 10 minutes, you're gonna dust as much as you can. Where you see dust, you're gonna dust. Um, you're going to pick up like get a garbage like a little Walmart sack or whatever. I mean, we're in Oregon, so we don't get plastic bags anymore. But get a garbage sack and go pick up at least 27 random things around your house. Or just like random little pieces of trash that you're like, whatever, I'll pick that up someday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which maybe you don't have that, but I do have that. Because I'm just like, I'm not bending over for that right now. Anyways, so you go do that. And then you do another 10 minutes of like like a room tidy or something of like, and usually when you're picking up your as you're doing things, you're kind of seeing what else needs to be done, but you're doing this in 10-minute intervals for an hour once a
Mhm.
week. Um, I she wants you to do 10 minutes just vacuuming, but I vacuum my whole house on Mondays. Otherwise, I won't do it. I do a lot of things that I don't want to do on Mondays just because I get it done and then I feel like it sets me up for the week because like we're doing this podcast or I'm trying to post on social media, you know. So then I can be like, okay, I got that done. I got this done. So, and then I'll tell my laundry schedule
Right.
afterwards. Anyways, so Tuesdays, mop the floors. If I'm not like actually mopping, I just kind of get a rag. This is where I'm lazy. Okay. And I'm trying to be better about this because a lot of times mopping for me can go to the wayside. As long as the floors are swept, I'm like good to go. Cool beans. But I'm trying to be better about following through on Tuesdays and mop the floors. Um, and that's kind of all I do for cleaning on a Tuesday is I mop the floor. Well, I sweep really well. Like
Right.
I
And
sweep
mop
every
is
day, but I sweep really well and then I mop the floors.
hmm
Um, and then um that's kind of nice because then my cleaning's usually done for the week of like all the extra things.
right.
And then so like Wednesdays, it's more so I do 30 minutes, I clean up Jesse and I's bedroom, and I try and do 30 minutes and get the kids' bedrooms cleaned up. And I do my bathroom and the kids' bathroom. So that can easily meld into like 2 hours we clean
Yeah.
up. But
That
I,
can be a lot.
yeah, and boys and ugh. But I try to hold myself to as well. I try to get all of my cleaning done before noon
Oh.
because I won't do it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Um, I try, and I kind of am like, this is my job. Like, I'm a homemaker. This is my job. So I'm going to get this done before noon because I love a magical afternoon of just let's read our books. I'm going to drink my coffee. I want to get to do nothing if I want to while the kids are sleeping, or like that be my I watch my show and fold the laundry kind of thing.
right.
And so I try really hard to get everything done before noon. And when you stick to this routine, it's really easy because you're not picking up everything in one day
hmm
and being like, or any routine really. I mean, as the more you do it, the more you're like, oh, I don't have to get all this done today, kind of
I
thing.
don't know how people like, because when I used to work, Saturdays were like the clean everything day. I
Yeah,
don't know how people manage that, like to spend so much time cleaning. Like, I
I
don't
know.
know how to do it.
So Thursdays, well, and I did when I worked weekends. So I did this and it worked for me as well, this plan.
hmm
Um, Thursdays, um, what do I do on Thursdays? I don't really have a lot to do on Thursdays. I try to have it so I kind of front load my week
hmm
so I can enjoy my weekend. Fridays, and Thursdays I usually like plan appointments and stuff too. Or like if I'm gonna have somebody over, I have them over on a Thursday kind of thing. Um, Fridays I am supposed to clean my car. I don't nobody look at my car.
You're not allowed in the car. Just kidding.
I don't clean my car. I'm terrible. I need to work on it. But so Fridays, I should clean my car and I just catch up. Like if I got behind or like I didn't finish cleaning a bathroom on a Wednesday or something, I try and do that on a Friday. And
Didn't
I
you say
try to
you do
just,
your sheets too?
huh?
Didn't you say you do your sheets too?
Yeah, so my laundry schedule. Mondays, I do Jesse and I's laundry. Um, Tuesdays, I do the girls' laundry. And I try really hard to wash and fold. But
hmm
and I'm trying to really like you can do it, Haley. Like you're gonna have 5 kids. You got
Yeah.
to figure out life. Um I'm trying to not let my laundry overtake me because this past week I didn't fold. I washed everybody's stuff on their day, but I didn't fold anything. And so then the past 2 days I've had to catch up folding. And then it just takes away from like my evening or like wanting to snuggle and like hang out, and I can't because I'm like stuck under my laundry pile.
Right.
Anyways, so Tuesdays and Wednesdays I fold laundry, or I fold laundry. I Tuesdays I wash my and Millie's clothes. Wednesdays I wash the boys' clothes, or vice versa. Sometimes it just
Whoever has more.
whoever has more. Yeah, usually it's the girls. But then Wednesdays I what do I do on Wednesdays? No, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Thursdays I do like delicates. So
Okay.
church clothes, and sometimes I kind of like skip a week here and there because we don't have, yeah, you know what I mean? Like all my bras, all of, I try not to wash like my fancy undies or whatever. And like Jesse's pants that need hung up, I wash those on Thursdays just so I can hang them up and like remember those things. And then it makes for a really easy laundry day. So that way I can have people over, I can go to appointments or
Right.
whatever because I'm just hanging stuff up.
Yeah.
Fridays, I do towels and sheets.
Hmm.
So we go through a lot of towels.
You have a lot more people.
We do have a lot of people. So Fridays, I do towels and sheets, and I try to set myself up. I don't want to do laundry Saturday and Sunday.
I try
I
not to.
don't want to think about laundry.
Hmm.
So I try to set myself up so that I can have a weekend, if that makes sense. So that every single day I'm not like, "Ugh, here I am having to do all this again." You know what I mean? And I do think, like, obviously, we need to do all this with a grateful attitude, and some days are easier than others at having that grateful attitude. And, but keeping my home clean helps me be a better mother. Like, helps me to not lose my mind, helps me to, want to play with my kids or read them books or whatever. And
Yeah.
so, yeah. And then, like, daily, I, um, I mean, we can run the dishwasher twice in a day sometimes. We just we have a lot of people, a lot
Yeah.
of little people and sticky fingers, and um so daily I try to put my kitchen to bed at night, even if I'm just piling everything in the sink. At least get the counters wiped. I sweep every day. Um I sweep the kitchen every day. I don't go all the way down the hallway, but I
Right.
sweep the kitchen. And um, my best hack for meals, and I learned this from Ashley Keller, is I try to get lunch prepared or dinner prepared at lunch, like
Yeah.
stuff out or whatever. So that way I'm washing lunch and dinner dishes kind of at lunch, and then I can just throw in our plates and silverware in the dishwasher, turn that on, call it a night.
And I have to say, slow cooker meals or anythanything that you can start earlier.
Yes.
I,
Or sheet pan when you can just like throw your potatoes on a sheet pan, and I use a lot of parchment paper.
me too.
I don't want to wash anything.
I know, especially like if we do a lot of sweet potatoes, or bacon in the oven, like parchment
Mhm.
paper. It's
Yes.
oh, yeah, it's nice that I could just like throw it away and then put the pan back.
Yeah,
That's a good dirty. I
it
get it.
is.
Do you make your kids pick up toys every night?
I should.
So I was gonna say
We
like
work on,
I have. Oh well, my mess is behind me. Woo.
I work on at least getting their bedroom, like every morning, their chores, and we're gonna run out of time for this. We have
Bummer.
3 minutes. So we could totally record another one though on what we have our kids do in a week.
We should. We should talk about like, yeah, what do you expect from your kids? And like, we should do that.
Yeah.
I should go help my husband wash our cars. Ugh.
Does he clean the whole thing or does he just wash it? Or is he like taking stuff out of the inside and vacuuming and stuff?
Usually everything. Usually everything. And it's like a whole 35 degrees outside, so I don't really want to do it, but you know.
Even when it's not 35 degrees, I don't want to do
Yeah.
it.
I'm okay with it in the summer because then I can get like a little tan.
Ah, there you go.
I just love summer. So yeah, we should do this.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap it up then.
Yeah. So, um, don't forget you can get, oh, I guess people aren't, don't, I didn't, words, finish my sentence. Okay. So we have on the Wonderfully Made, I need some coffee. My voice is gone. On the Wonderfully Made Woman
Dot
dot
blog.
blog. You can subscribe for $5 a month. We are going to have our chore charts on there of like lists that we do. We're going to have lots more exclusive things in that $5 a month. And hopefully like some fun just stuff that y'all can print off. Um and
Probably giveaways and
yeah, and hopefully we can
awesome
do
things.
some giveaways. And so if you do get into that $5 a month tier, we will have a Facebook group probably so we
Mhm.
can keep track of those people and just kind of keep that community. So if you want to join the Hey Mama community and get to do, and so book club is free. Our Zoom link will be free just because sometimes $5 a month is too much and we totally get that. So book club is free um to get on and hang out and figure out what we're thinking about whatever we're reading. So, yeah. What else do I need to say? Am I missing something?
I just don't want us to get cut off, so I guess we should say
We
our
have I'm looking. We have less than 1 minute.
hurry up.
Um, yeah, I think that's all. Thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful and kind of what we do. And our next one will be what we have our kids do, I
Yeah.
guess. So, or something. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys. Bye.